We have 43,000 square feet of living space here. That includes our jail, our offices, and records division. So just to kind of give you a little concept about what it's all about, we use the community room here for tours and different things, meetings and so forth. We also use it as a fingerprinting station for people that need background investigations for their different places of employment. This is our administrative section. This is where the chief has the corner office, of course. Lieutenant McNamara, who's our support services commander, and Captain Waldrop's office over here that has he's the operations commander. Each one of their job delegations that they have usually filters down to me or the jail superintendent or some of the other divisional commanders, such as the patrol shifts. In this case, is back years ago, we had issued to our police department 2 of these Tommy guns. And this one's been made non-operable. That's the only way that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms would give it to us, or let us keep it, because it used to be a fully functioning automatic machine gun. And of course, there's no history to it other than it was issued to the police department back years ago, and then for us to keep it on static display, we have to make it non-operable. There's a sawed-off shotgun that's in there that I believe one of our patrol officers back years ago, I believe it was Larry Cook, took it off of a armed robbery suspect. So I've had just about every job down here. I've been an undercover narcotics investigator. I've worked for DEA. I've been a canine officer, patrol shift supervisor, assistant chief of detectives, a detective. So I've pretty much run the full gamut. Now I'm the traffic division supervisor. And to me, that's next to the DEA assignment is the best job I've ever had. Might be a few call-outs involved in it, but I write grants for the police department. We try to take drunk drivers off the road. Seat belts is not a very popular thing with some people, I know, but those seat belts, as evidence of the rollover that we have out there with Illinois State Police, do save lives, and we try to maintain that. I've been able to get the department some equipment, some video cameras, some speed-related moving radars, and some stationary radars since I've been here assigned to the traffic division. I've been here since 2006 in this position. This is our records section. As you can tell, you know, when we first moved in here in 2002, we have these new filing systems. You can see by just looking at this that there's a lot of file folders in here. Almost every one of these bins is full with files. I mean, if you open every one of them up, this section right in here contains the homicides, TRT post-incident pursuit forms, adult jackets or arrest jackets for our prisoners and so forth we keep in there. But all these files are just about full now since 2002. That's how much, on an average, our police department handles about 35,000 calls a year. We probably arrest upwards of 3,500 people a year at probably of a cost of about $500,000 to the citizens of Alton. But now you can't think of it in that terms because that saves us from transporting prisoners to Edwardsville for court and alleviates, it frees up that officer. We can have our jail staff come from downstairs or from upstairs, bring them down a secure elevator and bring them into court for arraignment. So it really saves us a lot of money in doing so. Everything's videotaped in here. These lockers right here, this is the side that the police officer puts the evidence in. Hopefully if it's outsized material or whatever, we can open this and we can put large objects in there. The evidence officer on the other side are big doors, so he has access to that. So we put it in on one side, we lock it on this side, he can unlock it from the inside when he opens up his doors, and he's got a full laboratory back here and an evidence station that he maintains all of that. Our Detective Metzler explain a little bit of his stuff to you.
Okay. Everything gets in the computer and gets a barcode with an individual evidence number. I take it out of these lockers and then I release the lock on there so it can be used again. So the evidence garage, majority of the time, houses our crime scene van, which when you exit you'll see the nice little gray van out there. all this equipment gets packed into there. Here's a mock crime scene, shows you some of the tools. Of course, the camera is the #1 crime scene tool for photo.
I'll turn you guys over to Sergeant Gibbs because I don't have a place to put my gun, so.
Once without any of the evidence tents around, then I come back and use the evidence tents and use the scales. Down here is a swab. We use that for collecting blood, suspicious stains, and things like that at the scene. Back on this back wall.
This here is where Hill Street Blues happens. This is our roll call room. So we also use it for training. We have an overhead computer system that we have a bulletin board over here where memorandums and general orders go. This is the police official side of things, and this is the fun side of things, if you will. This is all for our benevolent and stuff that kind of helps us out a little bit to make it through. If you talk to the detectives, they say they do all the work. Well, they don't. If it wasn't for us poor patrolmen out there pushing one of those 3,000-pound iron coffins around, they wouldn't have any work at all, because we're the ones that are initially there. We're the ones that initially do the investigation. We're the ones that package things up and give them what they need so that they can do their job. And it's a concerted effort on everybody's part, from the very basic, when things start, to the very end, before it goes to prosecution. Well, this is our police lineup room. This is a one-way, 1-inch thick plate glass mirror. So they can't see you, they can't hear you, they don't know nothing about nothing.
But this is whenever they're arrested, they're brought in, they have a seat on here. I'll show you one of the belts here in a minute that we use to secure them to this. These are the property lockers in here where their stuff's kept. Here's the holding cell. If you want to look at that, we're going to walk through one in a minute, so if you don't necessarily want to do it, you can see if we can go through that.
How long do you usually have the stuff on the neck before the government comes to it?
Well, they're here. They are the ones that give it. This is where the visitation for prisoners is at, right here. We got that there. We'll go through a holding cell here. Any of the state inmates, they are arraigned right here, that monitor right over there. That is a judge will be on there that is in Edwardsville. So all our state court is done right here. Once somebody's in custody, we have to do a physical on